Originally, there's been discussions internally for us to kind of look at how we can deliver an Oscar-based API that still maps to our data model. But we also are careful or sensitive to our client base that has already implemented a bunch of things using our existing data model, right? So it's, do we force them to adopt a standard because it's the standard, or do we force them to use the integration and the capabilities that they have that's beneficial to them at the moment? That's really the balance that we have to play. But certainly guys like BTS and Yardi, they're much more open in terms of standardizing the data model in the market right now. And I think there's still some challenges just on the basis of where the Oscar standard sits right now, and the depth of data models like guys like us or Yardi have. But I think collectively, if we can work together on it and build, then maybe in a couple of years we'll start seeing this inflection point where there is a single data standard. And hopefully that is the.
I'm curious how that fits with you, right? So I know we do a lot of work together at Rezo trying to get some standardization at the unit level, right? And these two models are completely different, right?
Totally different.
We have commercial at the lot level, and now we have to go deal with these sub-lot levels and count how many buildings are there, and these millions and millions of these sub-units would sit inside these buildings. And I'm curious kind of how you're thinking about these two standards and how these things might mesh, if at all, ever.
Well, to date, how many MLSs have actually joined Rezo? 350-ish?
Most of the meaningful ones.
Yeah, out of like 600 and some, and that number keeps going down year over year. So it's moving in the right direction, but it's certainly not adopted by a majority of the legacy providers of data or people that are still standardizing data. So the progress that Rezo makes over the next few years, and I'm assuming what Oscar will make as well, it's just curious. We don't truly know yet. And I think trying to force a lot of these businesses that have been around for 10, 20, 50 years, trying to make them force technology standards or like force adopt technology standards isn't their top priority.